3D modeling is one of the most satisfying skills that you can have. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can model this axe right here. Now, if you wish to follow along, this video will assume that you understand the basics of Blender, know your common hotkeys and how to navigate the program, but I'll leave my screencaster keys down the bottom in case you miss anything. A good 3D model will always start with a good reference image. I found this concept art on ArtStation from Alexander Kosachev. Loading it up into Blender and going into front view, it's time to start tackling this axe. Starting off with the handle, bring in a cylinder and give it 16 faces. I gave mine 18 faces, but it messed up my topology a little bit later, so just stick with 16 for now. Scale it down and start following the shape of your handle by selecting the edges, extruding, and scaling only along the x-axis. You can press Alt and Z to go into X-ray mode so you can see your reference image behind the model. Once done, shade the handle smooth and delete the top and bottom faces. The next step is to delete one half of your handle along the y-axis and add a mirror modifier with the y-axis enabled. Now go into front view, grab the knife tool with K and start cutting out the top of the handle and delete those excess faces. This will leave us with some n-gons which we'll want to clean up. An n-gon is simply a face with more than 4 vertices. If a face has more than 4 vertices, it will prevent us from being able to add in loop cuts to our mesh and is generally considered a bad topology. Enable auto merge vertices, select a vert and double tap G. This will let you slide it into another vert and it'll auto merge them together. Just square off any faces that need it, turn on clipping on your mirror modifier and then extrude that top edge into itself. Clean up any overlapping verts and sharpen up any edges that you wish to look sharp. Add another cylinder and place it down. Size it according to the reference, then shader auto smooth. Bring in a plane and start extruding out the edges to model in that bracket. Size it, move it, and rotate it just so that it tucks in nicely behind your axe head. Moving onto the blade of the axe, bring in another plane and extrude it according to the shape. Once done, extrude the inner edge and model in the next section also. Add a mirror modifier and put some space between them. Close the blade and extrude the inner faces towards each other. Clean up any excess faces and make sure that there's no overlapping vertices. A quick select all and merge by distance will generally do the trick most of the time. Bring in a plane and once again just start modeling in that last section of the axe head. Add in a cylinder with 6 sides and place it over the top of where the hole will be. Duplicate this and cover the second hole. Join these 2 cylinders together and then add a boolean modifier to the plane and select your cylinders as the object. Apply the modifier and delete the cylinders, then clean up your topology. Again, we just want everything to be squared off so we can add in clean loop cuts all the way around if need be. Grab the knife tool and start cutting out the missing chunks from the axe blade. Delete the faces and square off any endgons. Move around any of the verts that you need to get the shape down better, and then extrude the remaining faces together. For this little bonky boy at the back, bring in another cylinder and just follow the reference, extruding, resizing, and drop a little bevel in the middle if you want to. Add a plane joining all the verts together via edges, duplicate this around, and then grab the middle vert and drag them out to make your spikes. Add in another cylinder for the pummel and size it accordingly. Bring in a 6-sided cylinder, size it down and place it where the rivets are on the reference. The concept art has these more rounded rivets, but I'm opting in for a more blocky, low poly look for this model. Do what you like most. For the handle wraps, make sure you have an edge loop sitting where the wraps start, add in loop cuts, resize, rotate, and move them around to follow the silhouette. Because I'd started with an 18-sided cylinder and had auto merge vertices turned on, these vertices here got a little bit messed up, but a quick cleanup fixed it. Lastly, do any little touch-ups to square off any bits and pieces, add a bevel to the axe head and pummel, and that's it, you're done modeling. All that's left to do is to prepare this for texturing, UV unwrapping, applying modifiers, and getting this over to Substance Painter or 3D Coat or whatever program you prefer to texture in to make it look like an actual game asset. But that's for another video. If you liked this video and found it useful, consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment if you have any feedback or questions, and if you'd like to go the extra mile, become a channel member for $2 a month. But with all that said, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.